Hey, it's March 17th, 2011. Happy St. Patrick's Day here from Happy Dog Farm. I'm actually in the pear tree corral, not in the apple section, to kind of show you what probably is going to be a failure, but I'm trying and I need to give it a little time. Looking around, you can see the tree posts sticking up, and I have a mix of two dessert pears, Bartlett's, with Perry pears, Blakeney Red, and I can't remember the other one. Regrettably, I don't think anybody's really going to pull through this year. Uh, my reading said they would be more tolerant of wet ground. Something tells me that really didn't mean submerged ground. Uh, this is a Blakeney Red in front of me, and I don't know. The one that is giving me most concern, I'm thinking it's just gone, is another Blakeney Red right here. You can see the top, this top wood here is pretty much dead. I got some life, I got the splitting bark here, and worse, I've got the rootstock is trying to emerge, whatever that is. I think that one's just a loss. I think I probably have more value in the post than I do in the tree, and you can see it's standing in water. It's probably completely submerged, so that's a real shame. On slightly higher ground, this one might offer some success. The bark looks like it's fairly healthy. I'm not going to be too worried about that, and I have got buds that aren't going to fall off, and this is a yellow hubcap. So there's hope for the yellow hubcap. Walking over here, and again, slightly higher, but certainly drier ground. This was probably a Blakeney Red. Again, I got split. I'm going to go to macro mode real quickly here. Click. You can see that the bark is all split. Sounds more like a drumstick. I think that's gone. I think it's lost to me. Alright. So, noble experiment. If I don't get some life out of some of these... Oh, look at this. This is a rather remarkable... I didn't notice this before. But you can see down here that the rootstock is really vigorous. The rootstock is trying to exert itself. And I'll prune that before I leave here today. This is the tag worn out. Again, a yellow hubcap. So perhaps I'll have some yellow hubcap in 20 years, if they make it that long. The fence is absolutely essential. It's electrified. It stands around 6 feet high with alternating, well, they're mostly hot wires. I think you can see the insulators. Deer pressure this year, regrettably, was very high. We had a lot of snowfall, and the deer were very, very hungry. Neighbors were feeding them. I'm glad that they were able to do that. Just a lot of deer and more suffering than was really necessary. More than a hunting call would have done. It just too much snow cover, not enough. So I had to keep the fence turned on to keep these trees from harm's way. Looking at this one here, again, the bark looks pretty good. Who are you? This is Butt, good old Butt. The rootstock, I've only got one little volunteer down there. That's fine. But we'll see what this summer holds for my friend Mr. Butt here. And I do believe this is Bartlett. And it is Bartlett, I'm sure of it, but not terribly optimistic. That could be Fireblight, I don't know. I'm not sure. So, it's all a we'll see gamble. Some folks ask how I do what I do. I have a Parmac, is that the right brand? Yes, I have a Parmac solar charger here. It really does do quite a good job. It survived the whole winter very well. It uses a 6-volt battery. I have a very clear southern exposure, so you can see that the The panel's clear, almost completely shade free. When you get high sun, I need to raise it up the post a bit. But it's a very nice product. Um, Obviously, I have a bigger solar panel on the other one. There's a shading issue over there. So, but these do work remarkably well. What's very important, you need to have a good ground. And fortunately, fortunately, for the fencer, I have wet soil. So the zap power I get in the far corner is as good as the zap power I get here. And this is obviously very small. And you can see here, I've jumpered hot wires, and when I felt that I needed more hot lines rather than ground, I just went back, added insulators, and then I spliced it into the onto a hot line. I'm using a product that's a split grip, and they do a very nice job. I really can't show you too well without getting bit because it's turned on, but they have a small opening that you loop over the wire you want to crimp to. You stick your new wire into it, and then you crimp it. So it's a very nice solution. And last but not least, I'm using the tape fence that keeps the opening electrified. Well, that's it from the Pear corral. Not a terribly lot of good news, but I've promised to share my losses as well as my wins with you, so you guys don't make the same mistake. This was really, really speculative. This is wet ground. Obviously, some spots are drier than others. I don't know. A lot of work went into it. It may get to a point when the trees are tall enough I don't have to worry about deer damage. I'll recycle the fence because the fence was not an inexpensive proposition. I think all of you are finding out that fences are really expensive. And when you electrify them, the price tag goes up even more. So, anyway, if you got deer, that's the best way to do it. Okay, so far, so good. Talk to you later. Bye-bye.